Oren is just a leader. He's one of a kind.
He's definitely a guy I look up to on the field and off the field.
He's always caring about others before himself.
He's just about helping people.
He's a remarkable young man. He knows where he's going, and you better believe he's gonna get there.
Being a man of service is what God has called me to be. It's what my family believes in. It's what my teammates and my coaches, they look for. And I think that makes a huge impact on this world, and one interaction at a time would make this world a better place. My great uncle, his name is Andrew Jackson White. He really set an example of what it looked like to give back. He walked with Martin Luther King, with Rosa Parks, and was just amazed by how much that he was doing at such a young age. So from that point on, I kind of just was inspired by his leadership and wanted to make that same impact.
Well, Oren Burks inspires me. When you look at what he does every day, he gives everything that he has. I ask these student athletes to give their best. There's not one day that he's walked into the building where he's not trying to give his best, and that's important. That's a life lesson.
I think being on a team, you get a respect for just doing your role and seeing how the outcome affects the whole team. If you get out of your gap, it could be a potential for a long run. There's something about everybody being accountable to each other and working towards a common goal that you can't get in any other thing.
And football is what we do, not necessarily who we are. And I think he impacts everybody that he touches that way.
Not only is he a leader on our football team, but he's also a leader on the campus and in the community.
I co-founded an organization, it's called Revamp, so revitalizing and empowering Vanderbilt's African-American male population. With that, we wanted to really just create a space where we could just hang out and get to know each other. We found a lot of disparities in the black male population. So you had the athletes over here, you had the arts and science kids over here, engineers over here. So just creating that space where everybody can just join together and learn from each other. And the second thing was dispel some of the negative stereotypes about being a black male here on campus and in society.
We're really thrilled, and we appreciate that he's taken time to connect with Project SAFE and work on behalf of sexual assault and dating violence prevention on campus.
Domestic violence, sexual assault, things like that. Finding ways that you can be an active bystander on your campus, so when you go out to parties and different things like that, finding a safe way to interact and intercede with some of the dangerous interactions.
He's always been a very persuasive and passionate student leader on this topic, which many students shy away from given its sensitive nature and how tough some of the conversations are.
STAC is a Student Athlete Advisory Council, so I'm the president this year. I was elected by my peers, and that's a huge honor because there's so many athletes that are doing amazing things. And through the years, I've found that you can make a huge impact through athletics to impact the community, to impact the lives of other student athletes. So we're really the voice for the student athletes with the administration.
So Souls for Souls, we're dedicated to the collection of shoes to distribute them to those in need all over the world. Oren, he got a lot of people involved, not only here through the athletic department, but his friends and family, all over the country. He probably brought in, hundreds, if not a couple thousand pairs of shoes himself this summer. I think he made that relationship between Souls for Souls and Vanderbilt even better.
I always run across students that sometimes they're putting stuff on their resume, and that's why they did it. That's not Oren. Oren does these things because that's who Oren is.
Trying to balance all this is very tough, honestly. But the one thing I try to do is to be where your feet are. So if you're on the practice field, 100% focus on that. If you're in the classroom, 100% focus on that. If you're with your student organization or services, 100% focus on that.
The best leader is a person that can listen. A person who thinks they know everything and talks all of the time, they're not listening. And I'm always surprised about how when he comes in, how much listening he does. It never starts with, this is what we want. It always starts with, could you help me understand?
He thinks outside the box. He's different that way. And what I say about a young man like Oren is that he's not limited, he's limitless. He looks at things differently, and he speaks on those things. He gets invested in those opportunities, and what he looks to do is really provide change.
After I'm done here playing football, being here at Vanderbilt, I know that I'm going to continue serving my community and my society in whatever way I can. I couldn't do it by myself. There's a huge support group around me, my family, my friends, that just help me do the things that I'm doing, and I wouldn't make it without them.
There'll be a time in the future where you'll hear his name in something very, 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 very big, and we'll all remember this day, because this is just the beginning of a lot for this young man. He's going to set the world on fire.